Okay, hello everybody. It is Monday. Woohoo! Hopefully we had a great Zoom. Unless you're watching this early, which is okay. We're going to have a great Zoom. But today, let's go back to factoring. That's our main objective, is to get good at factoring, okay? So we're going to be factoring, and we're going to factor special types of polynomials. Today we're going to do what we call difference of squares. A square minus a square. Difference means subtract. So I got a perfect square, x squared, minus, that's 3 squared, isn't it? That's 3 squared, right? Difference of squares, 2x and 5 squared. And then we're also going to talk about what we call perfect square trinomials, and we're going to see how to do those. So these are pretty easy, a lot easier than the ones that have the number in front. So here we go. Difference of squares, easiest factoring of all. You know you're going to go x, you're going to go parentheses, 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 okay? And the only way we can get an x squared is an x times an x, right? And I'm going to make a negative 9. So how about a positive 3 and a negative 3, right? And then if you do your double smiley, think about this. If you do your double smiley and check it out, that's a negative 3x and that's a positive 3x, okay? You don't need to do the double smiley, but you can see that you get a positive 3x and a negative 3x, which makes 0x, and there is no middle term. So even the double smiley proves that we have the right answer. Okay, just x plus 3, x minus 3. X times x, and negative 3 times positive 3 makes a negative 9, okay? Example 2, same type of stuff. I mean, same things. We're going to go parentheses, 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 right? And the way I'm going to make a 4x squared, well, that seems not too hard. 2x times 2x. Because 2x times 2x makes a 4x squared. And then I need to make a negative 25, so I'll go to positive 5 and a negative 5. And I could check my double smiley if I wanted to. Negative 10x, positive 10x. They cancel each other out. Shows there's no middle term. I like these. These are pretty easy, huh? Boom. Okay, example 3. Yeah, this is one of the easiest days we do. Okay, example 3. Well, parentheses, 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 right? And then I'm thinking 4x times 4x. 4x times 4x is a 16x squared. And I'm thinking plus and minus 5y. Slick. And that's what I got. Alright, so now let's take a look at one of these. We want to solve for x, which means we want to find the zeros. Okay, so there's always two answers. Always two answers. Always, because of the x squared. That's why there's two answers, because of the x squared. So what we do is we factor. Okay, so let's factor, because I need my mini equations. So I'm going to factor because I need my mini equations. So I'll factor, and I recognize that it's a difference of squares. I can go 3x times 3x. And to make a negative 25, I'll go plus 5. And I'll go minus 5 equals 0. So I made my mini equations, because I need my mini equations. So I have my mini equations, and I'll take each of them and put them equal to 0. So I'll take a 3x plus 5 and set it equal to 0. And I'll take a 3x minus 5 and set it equal to 0. And now I'm going to solve. Well, on the first mini equation, we'll go minus 5 minus 5. So to have a 3x equals negative 5. Divide by 3, divide by 3. I get one answer, is a negative 5/3, or negative 1 2/3. Negative 5/3 is fine. Second equation, we need to solve also. We'll do the same thing. We'll go plus 5, plus 5. I get 3x equals positive 5. Divide by 3, divide by 3, and there's my other answer. Negative 5/3 positive 5/3. Now later on, if you want to get fancy, you don't, but if you want to go fancy, we have written this sometimes like this, if you want to get fancy. And it says both, positive 5/3, negative 5/3, so it's plus or minus 5/3. But this answer is fine, writing them both out, okay? Okay, next example. Okay, these are called perfect square trinomials. These are not really that difficult. I'm going to, again, you'll see why it's a perfect square in a second. Parentheses, parentheses, right? And I'm thinking, okay, well, I have to go x times x. And then what times what makes 9? Well, 3 and 3, because it adds up to 6. So it's a plus 3 plus 3. Okay, that was easy. Now, why is it called a perfect square? Perfect square, because you can rewrite this if you want to. You don't have to. But another version, this is 3. It's just an x plus 3 squared, because there's two of them. It's multiplied by itself. So you could write it as x plus 3, that's fine. Or you could write it as x plus 3, 20 squared. Both answers will work. So let's look at number 6. I'm going to do the same thing. Parentheses, 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 parentheses. I know I need an x and an x for x squared. Multiples 25 are 5 and 5, but I'm going to use a negative 5, so that I can multiply them to make a positive 25, but add them to make the negative 10. My double smiley, negative 5x, negative 5x makes the negative 10, if you want to check that. Or, right, if you want to check your double smiley, negative 5x makes your negative 10. Or, another way to write this, I would write this as x minus 5 quantity squared. You do not have to write it like this. It just looks better, okay? Or this. Either answer works for me, okay? Okay, example 7 is the same type of problem. Parentheses, 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 because I'm multiplying. And I'm going to try a 2x times a 2x, because that'll make a 4x squared. And then I'm going to go 5 and 5. I'm going to go plus 5 plus 5. Now, where's the 20? Where's the 20x? Well, we know, we can check it. It's going to work if we check our double smiley. I'm sure that 20x is hiding in there. So let's double check. Let's see where that double smiley takes me. 2x times 5 is a 10x. 5 times 2x is a 10x. If I add them together, sure enough, I get a 20x, which is my middle term. So that is definitely the answer. Or if I want to get fancy and rewrite it in a fancy way, I can write as 2x plus 5 quantity squared. That's just another way to write it. I'll take either form. Okay? And that's all I have for today. So the homework is out of journal, page 65, I believe. So good luck, and I will either see you at Zoom on Monday, or I've already seen you at Zoom.